You map out where you want to be at certain stages in your career. I just feel right now that I'm ready to make the jump. I feel that I'm as full of assistant coaching experiences as you can get in the league, and the timing can be perfect with a class organization like this.
What about the team that you're inheriting do you look most forward to? What do you like? What is coming back?
Well, I like the fact that there's a strong foundation here. There are some other positions that are open right now in the league that maybe don't have a Joe Thornton or a Patrick Marleau down the middle, or a Nabokov in goal. And I think there's a real strong foundation. I do believe that the players are extremely hungry here right now. And I think it's my job to give them some guidance and leadership to get them over the hump. I believe that we'll have a very captive audience, and I look forward to being part of that. I expect them to respond to that and have some responsibility in the successes we move forward.
Now, as a coach, I've heard coaches say that hoisting the Memorial Cup, the Calder Cup, the Stanley Cup, that there's a lot of similarity. In fact, even more difficulties in the lower levels.
Well, it's special. It doesn't matter where you win. I don't think people, fans, even the players sometimes understand how hard it is to win, how right everything has to go as far as injuries, calls, scheduling, your opponents. It is hard to win. So when you do it, you have to enjoy the moment. Is it any tougher in the National Hockey League than it is anywhere else? I think each league presents its own set of circumstances. You look at junior, you've got a rotation of your top players in and out of the lineup every year. You lose them as they graduate. At the minor pro level, you've got to win two different ways. You've got to win championships, but you also have to win through development. And Roy Somner and his group in Worcester do a tremendous job of that. And then at the National Hockey League level, flat-out winning is having the ability to hoist the cup. But I also believe that organizations are at different stages of success in winning, and this one's at that final stage where it has to get over the hump and graduate. And we hope that we can make that happen.
What kind of game should fans expect to see from your team?
Well, I'd like to see us, naturally the puck possession theme or theory is going to come out, but I think that's a bit of a fallacy. I'd like to see us play a strong puck pursuit game. I'd like to see us have a strong puck recovery game. If you look at what the Red Wings did, they have that label. But they gave up the puck as much as any other team in the league, but they were prepared to go get it again and compete for it. So we're going to be fast. I'd like to incorporate the defense and the offense a little bit more, get them active. Obviously 216 goals last year wasn't enough to get over the hump, so the offense has to come up a little bit more. But that isn't done without being responsible on the other side of the puck. So everybody will be held accountable for their actions, and players will learn what they receive.
Can you define? You talked about puck pursuit, possession. How do you define that in your terms?
Well, you obviously like to have the puck. There's no doubt about it. Whenever you have the puck, you're on offense. I'm a big believer in that. But there are times and situations in the game where you just can't continually hold on to it. You have to give it up. But if you give it up with a plan, if you give it up to a certain spot where you know you can go get it again, the work is efficient. If you just give it up, period, now you waste a lot of time and effort and energy in defending it. I guess that's probably the best way I can explain it.
This may be a silly question to ask, but have you had a chance to talk to anybody yet? Any of the guys?
I have had a chance to talk to Navi this morning. I called prior to the press conference just to wish him luck at the awards tonight. It was a very good conversation. Navi and I have one thing in common, and that would be our experience in Cleveland and our connection to Jock Callender, a very good man there. And we spent a little time talking about him, so it's ironic how small the hockey world is and how many connections different people from different worlds have. But I wished him well, and I think that's one person I'm very anxiously waiting to meet.
I guess I just wanted to hear from you, what excited you about coming here? I mean, other than the fact that, the previous coach took him to a certain point, but now you've got the mantle to take it a little further.
Well, and that's what excites me, the challenge and the opportunity to take the team beyond where it is right now. I think it won't be easy. There's going to be many ups and downs throughout the year. There's going to be frustrations on my behalf. There'll be frustrations on the players' behalf. But if we are prepared to be in it for the long haul, I really believe you win the Stanley Cup day one at training camp. You don't necessarily win it when you begin the playoffs. You have to build that foundation from day one, and we'll talk about being a championship team day one, and we'll work on it throughout the whole journey. And if it's enough when we get there, then that'll be great.
You mentioned frustrations. One of the frustrations for the Sharks this year, special teams and power plays, and you're Mr. Power Play in Detroit, so what do you say?
Well, you know what, I don't know if I'm Mr. Power Play in Detroit. Lidstrom, Datsuk, Zetterberg, they're Mr. Power Play in Detroit. My job is to give them a foundation, something that they can work around. We didn't get in the way of their creativity in Detroit. We had some principles that we put in place that are a must, that I believe on the power play. We'll implement them here. Joe Thornton, Patrick Marleau, Pavelski, Campbell, those are tremendous players with a lot of skill. Sometimes as a coach you can get in their way and hamper what they do out there. But principles will be very important. They'll be expected to outwork the penalty kill night in and night out, and we'll see where that takes us.
The next couple of weeks, I guess you're going to be talking to the guys, trying to get some assistance under your belt.
Yes, it'll be a busy week for us. You know, initially my goal will be to take care of my family here, make sure that they're situated well, so that I can concentrate on what needs to be done. The draft coming up, free agency coming up. Doug and I haven't really even had an opportunity to get into that at all. Obviously, the remaining staff members have to be put in place, and for the next couple of weeks we'll get all that done, and we'll be a really unified group when the season starts.